wonderful friend, delighted to welcome you to this lesson dedicated to how to find the hero or the heroine entrepreneur. We return to Uruk and we find a man who was born. He was a king. He was a young king, powerful, but he was also a destroyer. And then the people of Uruk, they prayed to the gods Enki, and they said, send us someone who could calm Gilgamesh. So the gods, they created an orphan who lived in the forest. His name was Enkidu. Enkidu spoke the language of animals. He didn't speak the language of human beings. He lived with animals. He ran with the gazelles. He ate organic vegetable foods. He was one day a priestess from the temple of Ishtar, took Enkidu to the city where he met Gilgamesh. And they both had a fight, a confrontation. Gilgamesh, he had the ego. Enki, he was pure of heart. He was intelligent. He was a beautiful man who lived in the forest. He didn't know what was beer or bread. But Gilgamesh, he had the ego of being the king, being the boss of the city, better than everybody else, intelligent than everybody else, stronger than everybody else. But by himself, he could not defeat monsters. When he met Enkidu, then the two pair of opposites, it was the union of the two pair of opposites. So in your life, in your journey, there is always the confrontation between your ego, that's Gilgamesh, and your sacred self. You know, the intelligent man, the intelligent woman, the intelligent entrepreneur, the hero or the heroine entrepreneur. Yeah. So you find people who don't want to study, they don't want to be advised, they don't want to get deep into level of entrepreneurship because they know everything. They're busy tweeting and talking. They don't want to get deeper into the esoteric entrepreneurship. So the union of Gilgamesh and Enkidu, a man who lives in the city and a man who lives in the forest, it represents the union of two pair of opposites. And this is the secret to success. There must be a union between your ego, what you want, to your sacred self, the invisible self. And this will create a remarkable entrepreneur. We find in the story of Steve Jobs, who traveled to India in order to meet a yogi to teach him. Steve Jobs then gets involved in Zen Buddhism. What was he looking for? He was very wealthy. What was he looking for? He was looking for the sacred self, because for the rest of his life was also a confrontation between the two aspects of personality. So in your life, you must find the hero entrepreneur, which also represents the dissolution of the ego. Of course, you cannot lose the ego because it's the I, but there must be harmony between the both. So this is the secret to success in your life. The team that you build, the business that you build must reflect the union of the two pair of opposites. This is the secret to success. So you as an entrepreneur, you must be aware of the need of transformation. Yeah, you need to find the opener of the ways. You must be aware of the need to transform your consciousness, the need to transform your thinking. You must find an opener of the ways who will lead you to esoteric entrepreneurship. Otherwise, you will just jump into a river, into an ocean that is very deep, very complex, very rich. But when did you get the training? When did you unite your Gilgamesh and Enkidu, the ego and the sacred self? Some people, they don't even know what the sacred self exists. They know the I form. I deserve, I am best, I am more, I work hard. So it's the union of the two pair of opposites that will enable you to become successful. Delighted with your kindness, I ask you to continue to watch, to learn, and to strive to become a successful entrepreneur. Thank you for your time.